Okay, we now move on to the sociocultural aspects of the interview. With which sociocultural implications with regard to the potential shifts in customer behavior and demand do you expect, or do you relate to the
So
technology?
mainly probably changes of values and the place of trust, and how people are using trust to consume product and services, and also government services in the society.
And do you expect a similar change, as in we saw the change from people shopping offline to moving to Amazon and using
Yeah,
encyclopedias to Wikipedia?
probably connecting directly to from the end customers to the original producer or the original worker or the artist behind the piece of content. It would be a nice way to see how they better interact without the intermediates.
Which impacts of a peer-to-peer principle in the society do you see?
I mean, definitely good impact if we can better connect people together. I think we should also be careful of the negative impacts that we could have.
Mm-hmm. And which impact do you think will the technology have on developing countries, as in avoiding corruption?
Yeah, I think it's mainly in developing countries that we will see the potential of blockchain technology because they mainly lack trust. They lack stable, robust infrastructure. Governments are not providing services in a very efficient way, and they don't have financial services in place. So there we will really see the innovations, first of all, and then also really see the purpose of blockchain for the people.
And how do you perceive the technology for the individual
Well, it's a technology for the individual, so it's definitely for them.
and for the society?
Um, it's still exactly not clear at a broad level what blockchain will deliver in the next few years.
And how easy do you think is the handling of the technology for individuals?
It's still very difficult, but I think it will be better because now people are creating applications that are very user friendly, easy to use, or that relies on existing development languages. And also, I think our new generations they are used to digital tools, so they will probably make a better use of it.
And how easy do you think is it for the society overall?
Yeah, again, it will be more clear in the future.
Okay. And what implications do you, with regard to organizational aspects, do you relate to the technology?
Well, it's a decentralized technology, so definitely it will shape the organizations. It all depends on the people and how they will use it.
Okay.
The other thing is that with traditional corporations,
Yeah. Isn't it?
traditional corporations are better when they work alone. In most cases, like Apple, with their culture of secrecy, but companies like Ethereum, they benefit when they work open source and in collaboration with the other organization in the network.
What implications on employees through the blockchain technology do you expect?
It does not really depend on the employees, but on the boss if they enable such technologies. But probably if you use blockchain to give them more decision power, it can be interesting.
Which impacts has the blockchain on power structures and power balances within an organization?
It's I refer to like liquid democracy. You can give the power back to the people to decide for what's the best for you. So it may be the same thing in the organization. So if I want to give my vote for a specific thing, I can do it for a specific question. If I don't, but I want to give you my vote, then um, I can probably be in a better position to decide for what's the best for us, and not let an individual take the decision for everybody.
And how easy do you think is the usage of the technology for an organization?
I think it's still very difficult because they have a lot of ideas, but there are people at the organizations are not educated.
Mhm.
That's the first challenge. And we're currently lacking technical capable people to go from the idea to the execution.
Okay. How do you expect the technology to change the industry you're working in, the finance industry?
Um, it will change everything, probably in the finance industry.
Mhm.
What will come first is a good question, but the first use case of blockchain is money, right? With cryptocurrencies and digital money. So definitely a big change in the industry.
Okay. What do you consider the main applications of the blockchain technology in the finance industry?
The main one that is used today is moving money,
Mhm.
because that's what finance services basically do. They move money. Um, but you also have in credit scoring, in crowdfunding, in micropayments, in remittances, in actually all possible applications. But I think the first one, and it's an example with the Ripple, is how to move money between countries, between banks, or between different institutions.
Okay, so do you see blockchain networks such as Ripple becoming more prevalent in the future, given many banks are
Yes,
already experimenting with it?
yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, if they can save cost, if moving a billion cost half less with the digital currencies than traditional Swift, then of course they will use it.
How do you currently evaluate the relevance of blockchain technology in the finance industry?
Well, it started in the finance industry with a peer-to-peer money system from Satoshi Nakamoto in 2008 with the Bitcoin. So I think it's pretty relevant. Will it translate in very concrete applications for the mass? That's another question.
Okay. Which future developments of the technology in the finance industry do you expect?
I think using data of people, so especially that question of data protection, GDPR, how the banks or all the financial services they can use data of people without revealing their actual personal data. That's probably a good thing. How to help financial services provider to be more compliant
Mhm.
with these regulations. Um, and then we'll see basically a broader adoption of cryptocurrencies, I assume.
And what specific characters of the finance industry are drivers of blockchain applications?
Money, cost reduction, um, and lack of trust in established banks and central institutions, central banks. As we see in the crisis of 2008, these are probably the main drivers of blockchain applications in financial services.
And what are the barriers?
Well, regulation is surely one. Instability of cryptocurrencies and prices on the market, because people that don't like it, investors, they always need stability.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. How will you describe the transformation potential of blockchain on the finance industry?
Um, Huge, but we have to be careful how it will be done, and I think it will take a bit more time than sometimes we say. It's the same with the fintechs. 5 years ago, fintechs were saying, "Hey, we're gonna disrupt completely the banking industry." It's not the case today. So it will have to go step by step to convert the masses and change, traditional services. I mean, we're talking about banks and people that have been active since 150 years or more. So it may take some time, but the transformation will eventually be huge.
So you mean lobbyism will play a big role in transformational process of the finance industry?
I think so, but we have more and more ways to escape the power of the lobby.
Okay. Any, if, will you like to talk about any one way?
Well, basically, being able to use decentralized systems without using a central bank, for example, which is something we have never done. Or probably you do in economies that are not related on any fiat money or like government issued money. But this is not the way we are currently using money. So if you find decentralized way, yeah, probably you can escape this lobby and centralized power.
And with regards to the timeline, which implications of blockchain on the financial industry do you expect in the next 5, 10, and 25 years?
25 years, definitely it will be a different landscape. 10 years, I can't really say. 5 years, or at least in the next 3 years, I think the focus should be proving that the solution delivers tangible results. And I think anybody like startups, blockchain-based technologies and companies, but also large banks, financial industry, financial institutions, they should focus on playing with the blockchain and trying to find really relevant use cases that will then scale. But start small, start really focus on specific use cases, and if it delivers good results, then you can scale it up.
Okay, we now arrived to the end of the interview. Would you like to add anything to our previous examination?
No, I think we have discussed everything.
Okay, thank you so much for your time.
Don't tell me it was not recorded.